Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news here in Bachelor Nation. Dean and CAELYNN are engaged after 3 years. She said yes. She said yes. He said yes. He said yes to a new car. She got him a truck. He got her a ring. But wait, they bury the lead in the story. He lost the 4.5 carat ring, which I started looking at 4.5 carat rings. They go for like $70,000 to $100,000. How do you get a 4.5 carat ring? The fact that he lost this is mind-blowing. So we're going to get into the story right now. Do me a favor, follow me on Instagram at DNeals. I'm on Patreon at patreon.com/Dave Neal. We were talking about this and other things like breast implant illness and a whole bunch of random topics on today's Patreon. Just going through the list of topics that don't make it to the public. And if you want to check those out and need extra content, patreon.com/Dave Neal. So we saw this story that was posted. Let's see who had it. Everyone started congratulating Dean and CAELYNN for being engaged, which my whole point was like, who cares? But I get it. Yeah, we're all about love. You get that real ring. Nobody lost this. But no, getting engaged is a special day. He has obviously previously said that engagements don't really mean too much to him. The whole idea of marriage, it's like, what's the big deal? And I totally understand that. Marriages fail half the time. So it's like, what are we even doing? We shouldn't put all this weight into this stupid thing. But, some people like this symbol. And when people ask me, Dave, did things change when you got married and put the ring on? To be quite honest, I mean, there's a little bit of pride to say my wife, but at the same time, it's like, well, we actually very much valued what we had before the ring, but I can understand that it's like a signifies this moment in time. One moment in time. So anyway, let's cut right to it. I'm going to play the audio of what Dean had to say about losing the 4.5 carat ring. He opened up about the proposal while co-hosting Help I Suck at Dating podcast. In the latest episode, he revealed that he got a new placeholder engagement ring and mistakenly lost the original one. But he also says he recorded this before he actually proposed. He confirmed that he still had every intention of proposing despite the hiccup. It'll happen by the time this podcast airs. Maybe the day after it airs. So do we even know that he actually proposed or not? You know what I mean? I don't know. She bought him a truck. That was her deal. Like, I'll buy you a truck if you propose. And he's like, giddy up. And here, let's have a listen to this conversation, because I think it's fair for people to be like, how did you lose this? When I got the engagement ring, it came in a nice little thing. I locked that baby up. I traveled to Thailand with it. I put it in my podcast gear. I put it in like bigger, clunkier things so I could always feel that it was there. He just straight up lost it. Have a listen.
You picked the shape as well, Leah?
Yeah. So I like what shape I want. I chose the shape and I'm like, this is the range of carat size I'd like. Whatever you can afford, whatever, you can get, great. But I want like a gold band, simple, whatever, that kind of thing. So he can pick out the size of the carat. He can pick out the diamond with the clarity.
They're talking to Leah Block right now.
Else is set in stone.
Right. So I thought I was being a nice, considerate guy by doing that. But then she was in New York and she was like, yeah, I'm walking to the jeweler right now. And I was like out of town or something. And I was like, well, you know what? Actually, I want you to tell me what you want. And then I want to go do it. So that way, when I give it to you, it's still at least somewhat of a surprise. So she brought it back, put it back in the junk drawer. And like I said last week or two.
So hold on a second. She bought the ring, 4.5 carats, put it in a junk drawer
2 weeks ago or whatever. Went to go check, and now it's not there. But
Gone.
It might be behind. It might be in the cabinet below. Like it felt.
The fact that he hasn't ripped apart the junk drawer to find the ring is astonishing. Tell me you're not rich without telling me you're rich. Tell me you're rich without telling me you're rich, right? He's like, well, I don't know where it is. I lost the keys to the Lamborghini. It's just getting tickets outside on street sweeping days. It's like, what?
Through or something like Leah was saying.
Yeah.
That's
first
my
of
next
all,
hunch.
You got to let us know. You got to keep us updated.
I mean, we should honestly end this podcast right now. And Dean, you need to tear that entire area
house
apart.
Thank you. Also, did you get an insurance for the ring? Because if you get insurance for the ring, you can just throw it into the ocean and be like, it's gone. No, but if you did lose it, if you'd actually lose it, you can anyway.
Trust me, I have. I've done that. I've done all of that.
Leah literally just said, have you checked behind? And you said, oh, wait a minute.
He should hire Reddit to look for the ring. Reddit's good at detective work. Just be like, Reddit, here are the keys to my house. Find the ring.
That is your number one priority after this podcast ends. But my assumption is that you didn't put it in the junk drawer.
So
that it's somewhere else.
So this is what I really think happened was that I took it out maybe like I don't remember ever getting in there and taking it out. But this is what I imagine happened. Was I took it out,
Sleepwalking.
I put it in a pair of pants that I was wearing in the pocket, and then I took the pants off somewhere in the house.
Yep.
And then
Check your laundry.
And then Kaylynn cleans everything, and she moves my stuff all the time. Right. Otherwise, it would just the house would always be a mess. And I think that she moved the pants at the ring that the stone was in, and now that is it's just gone.
What if it's in the washing machine? Oh my! I'm having anxiety over here.
Yeah.
Or it could be in any one of your pants pocket right now.
I've looked in all my pants pockets.
Have we considered that it was abducted by Logan's spaceship? Maybe the spaceship runs off of a 4.5 carat diamond and they harness the technology. Have we considered that?
I might be in the garage somewhere. But yeah, moral of the story is don't put your engagement rings in the junk drawer. So I did have to go out and buy
I'd like to know what other junk he has. You know, I was in the junk drawer next to the Rolex and the Hasselblad $100,000 camera and, next to all my Bitcoin.
placeholder ring for now.
Bruce says this story sounds made up. Do you guys believe this story? I mean, we're talking about a 6-figure, like this diamond ring is worth more than homes in the Midwest. No offense, Des Moines.
Now, but it's not quite as nice as the first one was.
I mean, there's no way this thing got accidentally thrown out, right?
I mean, maybe it wasn't. It was like.
Was it in a box? Was it just a
no?
loose stone?
It wasn't in a box.
Are you?
It wasn't in a box.
It was
Was
like
it a loose stone? A napkin?
This fucking guy. This guy.
He probably did throw it away on accident.
Oh my god.
That's kind of. I was thinking that actually.
Ashley, do you know what Dean just said? He said it wasn't in a box. It was in a napkin.
Listen, you don't put your diamond ring in a napkin. This isn't a boogie, okay? You put a boogie in a napkin. You put a diamond ring in a box. For instance, let this be a warning for all future proposers out there.
Yeah.
Dean, Ryan did that with his AirPods. For some reason, he had to put his AirPods in a napkin.
Yeah, AirPods are worth $140, okay?
And he ended up throwing them away and ended up digging through our entire trash can, like outside.
You know what? I got a funny story. When we had Tasha's parents over for Christmas last year, you know, when parents are in town, it throws everything off. She could not find her braces, you know, her Invisalign. And we looked everywhere and she couldn't find them. And I was like, well, we haven't looked in the trash. And she's like, I didn't throw them out. They're not in the trash. And I was like, what's the one place we haven't looked? I literally methodically went through the trash one thing at a time. You ever be so gross? I decided this was my dirty hand. And I just was pulling out dogs, sneeze, you know, whatever, eye goops, just not, you know, wet and crunkly stuff. And then at the very bottom, I found, you know, her Invisalign. So you never know where it is. As they say, it's always the last place you look.
In the dumpster and found them at the very bottom of a bag. Like,
oh my god!
But he did the same thing, but not with
legitimately my biggest fear.
4.5 carat diamond.
Yeah,
I
imagine.
Well, do you remember what time was it? Like a Dunkin' Donuts napkin?
It was just a regular white napkin. It literally looked like a piece of trash.
What kind of napkin?
So you had something that looked like a piece of trash in your kitchen junk drawer, and you're curious what could have possibly I know I said, dude, it's the Rhode Island school system. It's failed me.
That's the same thing with me. I don't know how to pronounce draw. I pronounce it draw. Drawer. Draw.
But she does make fun of me all the time for it. And you're curious what happened to it? Dude, it could be anywhere.
Literally anywhere.
It literally could be anywhere.
Yeah, I agree. I'm hoping with all my might that it's somewhere in the house, and we're gonna do a deep clean one day in like maybe a couple years, and there it is, found it.
I would do the deep clean a little bit sooner than a couple years.
I know it sucks. But it is what it is, and we just have to make do with what.
No. You say it is what it is when you get a herpes outbreak. You know what I mean? That's an is. This isn't an it is what it is. This is you lost your diamond ring. Oh, I got a flat tire on the way to Vegas. It is what it is. No, you lost the diamond ring. It is what it wasn't.
But we have the new ring. The new ring that I have. I was just planning on whenever we find the old one, just to repurpose that into like a cool necklace or something. I don't know, but. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you guys updated.
I'm telling you, these influencers make too much money when they're losing 4.5 carat
still
rings.
Planning on proposing.
Oh yeah. exactly.
I don't want like contrarians to think that you did this on purpose to try to get out of the engagement because now you're pulling a Dean. You know?
Yeah, no, that's not the case. I'm
The idea that he lost the ring on purpose. Very nice.
going to say this very quietly, but it'll happen by the time this podcast airs.
All right, so I guess they got engaged because the podcast has aired, so congratulations to them. That's our story of Dean losing the ring. We'll have all the updates here if we find the ring. Boy, I say whoever finds it can keep it. Is that a good deal? Let me know if you need any help organizing your junk drawer, and we'll see what we can do. All right, folks, that's it for me. We'll have a live stream after tonight's episode, 10 p.m. East Coast, 7 p.m. Pacific. I got a show tonight in Hawthorne. If anyone wants to come, follow me on Instagram at DNeals. Also, link in the comments section to join the newsletter, which is where I'll be posting the link to join the new podcast. I'm going to ask for all you guys to subscribe and support the podcast. It launches next week. It's called Bachelor Rush Hour. All right, folks, that's it from me. We'll talk to you later. Bye, everybody.